Hi guys, thank you very much for joining me in today's video. And in today's video we are going to be pitting contrast Shyish Purple against Green Stuff's World's Garnet Purple Dipping Ink. So this is contrast, this is dipping ink. This is basically I'm putting up two videos at the same time. One is dealing with greens, the other one is going to be dealing with purples. Why greens and purples? Why not? I think some of the ranges didn't really have a lot of comparing colours to Green Stuff World. The Green Stuff World colours seem to be a lot darker than Games Workshop Contrast. Contrast is going for a lot more brighter tones. I think Green Stuff World is thought to try and market the smaller market, sort of the darker sort of market, I suppose my market. And we're going to be looking at the differences in these. So some parts of the video are going to be the same, some parts aren't. We'll be discussing sort of similar things as we did in the previous video, but as we did in the other video, but I mean, you can always skip past and go to the next chapter if needed. So one thing to look at the difference here in the actual bottles is the fact that Games Workshop's is an 18 mil? I believe it is. Yes, it's an 18 mil or 0.6 fluid ounce bottle, and Green Stuff World's is a 60 mil or 2.2 fluid ounce bottle. There is a considerable size difference in both of these particular products. I mean, it even looks like you're getting 3 times as much in. I mean, you're not just getting 3 times as much, you are getting 3 times plus a little bit in this guy compared to the Games Workshop Contrast Paint. If you wanted to know the prices, I am quoting prices from Hobby Workshop, which is my local hobby store, and they are currently selling Games Workshop Contrast Paint at £3.68 a little tiny tub, and this is coming in at £5.9. So price per mil, you're getting a lot more bang for your buck with these, but they are giant. And I'll be honest with you, if you've got dropper bottle as a setup, then you're going to struggle to actually put these, you're going to be able to struggle to actually store these. So if you've got other dropper bottles from Green Stuff World, such as these, the 17 mil bottle, then you are going to struggle, good sir, in actually putting these into the same slot, because as you can see, they're going to be one's a lot bigger than the other in the base. Now, one thing, another bonus to the Green Stuff World product, when I shake this is just standard, and unfortunately sometimes with Games Workshop Contrast Paint, you can see here from my Space Wolf Grey, is that it can settle. One way to get over that is by using some mixing elements. I just use, I think they're called mixing balls, little tiny metallic, non-rust, sort of aluminium made little tiny balls that I put into so a lot of these bottles. I have to remember before I throw up thinking away that one of them is in there, so I can take it out and wash it. But that sometimes helps with the mixing. This, you can hear that already comes with one. So that is going to aid already with the mixing of this particular product. Now, one thing I don't like regarding these is that it is a dropper bottle. Dropper bottles are not my favourite thing. A lot of people are going to give me crap for that because, oh, you should like dropper. I personally don't like dropper bottles. I much prefer the lid system that Games Workshop use, because I can control how much I'm taking out of the pot. I can control it for mixing into my palette if need be. And with contrast paint, you don't even need to put it into a palette if you don't want. You can just take it straight from the bottle, straight onto your miniature. Great setup. This, unfortunately, I am going to have to put into a mixing palette. So I've got a metal palette in front of me. Apologies that it is not clean. I'm just going to take the product out so we can actually compare the difference. Now, Shyish Purple is possibly one of the darkest purples that they do. It did come out in the original range when it was first released before COVID, and that is when, I'll be honest with you, I purchased that particular bottle. As you can see, have a look now, let's zoom in a little bit. That is quite a dark colour. So if I crack open this dipping ink, wow, the vibrancy on that one is incredibly different. It's possibly, I've had to look at maybe a different sort of colour completely on that one there. That is, well, that's quite close to, is it Vulture's pink? I just open up another contrast paint here. Maybe not. I'm daydreaming on that one, guys. But yeah, it's definitely night and day with these two particular colours. That is, I mean, I shouldn't have really put it into that one, but it doesn't really matter. That is, I do find that this purple that does dry incredibly oddly, and sometimes you do need to use a little bit of the old, mix it, the old medium, whereas this is running quite nice. Well, I think the best way to test this is to get it on some models. So I've got some Gene Steeler arms. These will give us some good detail on here. These are from my Gene Steeler Colt, so I've actually got some quite little tiny bits of detail, so we'll be able to show this running in. So let's go first with the Shyish Purple. And before anyone starts, yes, I know a lot of the time the best way of painting Gene Steeler stuff is a base of blue. And this is the dried results. As you can see, the Shyish Purple is very dark, whereas the Garnet Purple is incredibly light. Now, both of these two work very differently. I tried to work, I've done the other green video as well, so I tried to work with the dipped inks like I would do the Games Workshop contrast paints, and you don't do it that way. You use a little less. They're a bit more runny. They're a bit thinner than the Games Workshop equivalent, although Games Workshop, it does depend on the colour to see which one is runnier and which one tends to be a bit more solid. Shyish Purple is unfortunately one of those solid ones, a little bit like Black Legion at the moment, which seems to be quite a solid colour compared to its counterpart, the Black Templar, which is a little thinner and of course runs better into recesses. As you can see, the dipping ink does work well as a highlighting product, especially this colour. I think I used the right bits to demonstrate on with the green video. Unfortunately, I probably didn't pick the right model, but it doesn't matter. We managed to get there in the end. Out of the two, I much prefer the dipping inks variant. I know there is another purple for Games Workshops, which is a lot lighter, but I've tried that. I didn't enjoy it. I thought it was way too bright. This one, although probably not a, well, I don't know actually, maybe it might work for these. It might work for these. But anyway, thank you very much for watching, guys. If you do enjoy the content, please consider liking, sharing, subscribing, all the usual good stuff you do to your favourite content creators here on YouTube. Leave a comment down below in which one you actually prefer, and we will see you next time.